Sometimes it takes Instagram a little while, but I'm trying to connect. It ain't going, but that's okay. Page unresponsive. Wait, no. Don't be unresponsive. Go. You can wait for it to become responsive or exit the page. That's weird. I'll give it to 701. Come on, Instagram. It still says the page is unresponsive. So we might have to go out and come back in. The best lead points. Oh, here we go. Hello. Happy Monday. Welcome, everybody. I hope you all are having a good week. Welcome to another Monday Moment with your girl, Mojo. Thanks for joining. If y'all don't know already, I do this each and every Monday. I ask you to join me for a Monday Moment with a special guest where we help you and us and we find our mojo. We always have a lovely guest and a different topic. Today, in celebration of Leo season, we're going to have one of my favorite people, Belinda Bright Brown. I have to add the Brown. I always forget because I've known her for Belinda Bright for most of my life. But we're celebrating the 50 years of Mojo. It's even hard for me to recognize that I'll be 50 soon. So, in light of that new information, we're going to be celebrating the 5 decades I've been alive with a special guest in the month of June. For all the 5 Mondays in June, I'm going to have a special guest who's been with me in some way or another throughout my life. And today we have Belinda Bright Brown. So thank you, Belinda, for joining me.
You are very welcome. Very welcome.
Appreciate you. Let me see. Oh, let me see. Is it? I don't know. Am I doing the right thing? Okay. I want to make sure I can see everybody's comments. So if y'all are joining for the first time, we take all the comments, questions, concerns in the chat. So please join us in the chat for any questions or concerns y'all might have. Today's topic is just celebrating the 50 years of Mojo. So we're going to be talking about how we met, how long we've been friends, what it means to find your mojo in friendship, and how you can find your mojo all the way along in your life when you have good friends, like my girl, Belinda. Hey, Drina Dre, thanks for joining. But I should add, if y'all don't know, not only do we have a Monday moment where we chat it up, I start the hour with a lovely cocktail or mocktail. A lot of my cocktails can be mocked up. So today is not an exception. Today I'm going to make a drink that's based off whiskey, but it has some, I try to use what people might have around the house. So I'm going to make a whiskey watermelon mash. Mojo's whiskey watermelon mash. Somebody probably made this drink somewhere before, but I'm claiming it. I got a watermelon because that's what the blacks have around the house sometimes, especially in the summer. I got a watermelon. I have some Jameson. I love a bubbly, so I have a little ginger beer. And I have a little agave. I try to use things that y'all might have around the house. Don't worry. I'll share the recipe just so y'all can have it for future reference. If you're not drinking, you can mash it up without the whiskey. So y'all come on and drink with us. Because what better conversation is had than, or what conversation isn't had without a nice cup of something, if it's a mock or a cocktail. I should clean that up. All right, y'all. So happy Monday. I hope everybody's having a good week. Today's conversation is celebrating 50 years of Mojo. It's almost Leo season. I go crazy, crazy, crazy at my birthday. So I'm starting early this year because 5-0, who knew? So we're going to have a whiskey mash, a whiskey watermelon mash today. That's how we're going to start the conversation. And then we're just going to talk about how you find your mojo in friendship, in life, and having your best life. So here we go. I got some ice already in my cup. Y'all, if y'all have any questions while I'm making a cocktail or while we're having a conversation, go on and feel free to ask them. Hey, King, thanks for joining. Yes, yes. If y'all don't know, I do this each and every Monday, 7 p.m. EST. I will take the summer off because, I don't know how much I'll have to say while I'm partying. So I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna start it off with two. I'm about to say 2 cups. Don't do 2 cups, y'all, unless you're making a picture. 2 shots. 2 shots of the whiskey in my shaker. 2 shots. If you're having a mocktail, omit the whiskey, put in everything else. So I'm doing 2 shots of whiskey. I'm gonna do just a little mash of the watermelon juice because that makes me happy. I didn't bring quite the right utensil, but don't worry. We're gonna make it do what it do. So I'm gonna put a little bit of watermelon up in my shaker. Hopefully some of the juice will get in there because I'm gonna mash that up too. I love utensils, so I got my little masher. Mash that up in there with the ice, and I'm gonna put a little watermelon in my cup. Y'all come on, join in. I'm hoping y'all join in while I'm mashing up the cocktail. I'm trying to start y'all week off right. Let's get it. All right, so I have some watermelon in here, 2 shots of whiskey. I'm gonna add a little agave. You could do some simple syrup, but you might want just to add a little something sweet. I'm gonna just do a drip, a quick drip over some ice, please, with some ice. And just because I thought about it at the last minute, I'm gonna add a lime because I just got a new toy, so I'm gonna squeeze some lime in there too. So I guess it's a watermelon lime mashup. All right. So you definitely gonna want to add a little azucar because you're gonna want a little sweet up in there. Don't add the bubbly yet because it'll make a mess. So I'm gonna shake her up. Then I have me a pretty glass. Green is my color today. I'm gonna put a little more watermelon in there just because it looks pretty. Put that all up in your pretty cup. And then we're gonna get the conversation started. How's everybody doing? How's your week? What's happening? Tell me a little something. Holla at your girl. Oh, I'm getting real special today, y'all, too, because I forgot that I also went out in the garden and got a few pieces of mint. It smells so pretty. I can't help myself. So I'm gonna mash up a little watermelon in here too, so the juices are evenly distributed. I'm gonna pour my drink up in there because it's the right thing to do. Ooh, look at that pretty color. Little whiskey, little watermelon, never hurt nobody. Then I'm gonna add a little ginger beer because I love a bubbly. You could do seltzer water, you could do club soda, you could even do ginger ale. But I like ginger beer. It makes me happy. And that's what I do this season. I do things that make me happy. A little ginger beer and a few sprigs of mint because I think that's the right thing to do. And it looks pretty. Stir her up just a little bit, just so. I bet you it tastes good. I didn't even taste test it before I did this. So B, what you sipping on? Because I know, you might not have all of these special ingredients around the house. What you drinking?
I have green tea.
Okay.
It's like a green tea. You put the little tea bag in there and steep it with a little agave, little ice. And because it's us, I had to get a shot of Woodford.
My girl, Woodford. Little Old Faithful right
We
there.
ready? We cheers?
Yeah, well, look, you got a shot. So hold on. Let me get a little shot of Jameson with you just because it seemed like the right thing to do. Where my shot glass go? Did it fall on the floor? It did. Hold on. I got it. Don't move. Nobody get hurt. I'm going to do a little half shot.
Yes. We're just going to start it off right.
Yes.
Cheers.
Happy Monday. Cheers. Mm-hmm. That is right. All right, now that we got that all out of the way, y'all, thank y'all for joining. Please, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe on YouTube at FYM with Maisha. Because I'm eventually going to move it all over, all the fun, all over to here in the fall. But for now, I'm on Instagram too, at Mojo295. So if y'all don't know, each and every Monday, 7 p.m. EST, I ask y'all to join me for a moment where I have a conversation with a special guest. Today's conversation is with the lovely Belinda Bright Brown, who I've known for 5 decades. Since we were 4 or 3 or 4, I don't know, preschool. So cheers to that. Let me taste my drink. This is nice. I'm not even just saying that because I made it. It's really nice. The watermelon, the lime, the mint. I'll be knowing. Anyway, so y'all, thanks for joining us. Today we're going to talk about how you find your mojo with friends and family and in life over years and years gone by. Please feel free to join the conversation. Holla at us in the chat, comment, questions. We are here for all of the things. So, B, with that said, who are you? Where are you? Where you from? How you doing?
Who am I? Who am I is hard.
Mm.
Where am I? I am way out west, New Jersey, Hackettstown, Log Valley, that area. We'll get into why that makes different mojo problems in and of itself. Who am I? I've had a couple of lives, let's say.
Lucky woman.
Well, I mean, so that's what kids marriage, things like that do to you. So yeah, I was dancer and medical education person and in all of the things. And then I took a break, had a couple of kids kind of back to back, kind of took a time out from everything, probably for about 8 years, and then popped back up on the scene to become a teacher.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I've been doing for the last decade.
Now, when I met you, we were in the lovely state. What in the lovely state? No, we still are in the same state. But you were in East Orange, then Montclair, and now Hackettstown, right? Or did you go somewhere between Montclair and Hackettstown?
Well, yeah. So I went from Montclair to Temple.
Right.
Hung out in Philadelphia for a while. TU was the best. And then after I graduated, I stayed a little bit, and then I came back to Jersey, back to the Claire, and hung out there until I kind of met my husband. We hung around in Verona a little bit, and then decided to buy a house because that's what people do, and move an hour away from friends and family for whatever reason.
Now, how did you meet Jared again? How'd you meet your husband?
So I went to a Fridays, a TGI Fridays, because I'm known to just kind of stray and be by myself. So I was like, well, I'm going to go sit at the bar and watch a Claude Van Damme movie or show on the TV and just sit there at the bar.
You knew it was playing that night.
Yes, I did, because they have TBS there all the time. So I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just go there and sit. And he happened to be sitting there and he just started talking. Okay. I don't think he's ever stopped either.
No, I was about to say, well, we know he does love to talk. Okay. Yeah. So now how do we meet? Do you remember? Do you remember like meeting me or just knowing me? Because I just remember knowing you at
right. So it was really strange. Like I said, I have glimpses of preschool. So I lived basically on your street, down the street, and the apartments down the street.
Like the Mayfair, that building?
On Oriton Parkway. I lived on North Oriton Parkway.
Okay. I don't even think I knew that. Okay.
Yeah. So we moved because I was born in New York, and then we moved when I was 3. And so that's where I went. I went right down the street from you.
Wow.
And then the little preschool was up there around the corner.
What was it? What was the name? I know it was Presbyterian. Was it Arlington Presbyterian Church?
Arlington Avenue Presbyterian, I think it was.
Mommy, help us out if I'm misquoting the name of the church. Because now it's a Haitian Baptist church, I believe.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. But it's still there. Still looks the same on the outside anyway. I haven't been inside.
Yeah, so I think that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's like you disappeared. You disappear and reappear several times throughout my life. It's like I don't know where you go or what you do, but then you pop back up like 6 years later, like here I am.
So when did you move from East Orange to Montclair, though?
We moved when I was probably 4.5, 5.
Oh, so we were in preschool together long then?
No, because then I went to Nishuane. So, we weren't together for that early part, and then you popped back up in middle school.
How about that? At Glenfield Middle, we popped back up, became friends again, and then we stayed together till high school.
Yep, and then you disappeared.
Then we lost touch in college. Now we're the same year, same age, everything. So always in the same grade. and then because you went to Temple, I went to Clark Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And then when did we? But it still took. I didn't even when you were married. I wasn't around. When I met
No,
you,
I
you were
don't.
married.
No, I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know where you were. And I think because I never go to Atlanta, like most of my friends went to Howard. I had a couple sprinkled in Morehouse or whatever, but I didn't go to
Mhm.
Atlanta. Like I didn't go down there at all. I don't know if you came home or what you did.
I mean, I did for breaks and stuff, but then I stayed for a little while, but not that long.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where you were. I was just doing I was in Philly, I guess, until
Oh, so you stayed in Philly all throughout
a
for the 4
couple
years,
of yeah. And then I think you were having a birthday party.
and
And
I
I think
just found you.
yeah, like literally it was something crazy like that. Like maybe I don't
That is so weird. So when in Temple, what did you major in Temple?
know. Dance.
Oh, dance. And then you got hurt? You hurt yourself, your knees, something.
No, I mean my knees were bad. No, I went to college for dance. I got a BFA, and realized it was pretty much useless. It
Oh.
was like, one of those things like, I had danced all my life. Started dancing when I was 3. So it was obvious, what are you going to school for? I'm going for dance. And then somewhere along the line, while I was in college, I was like, wow, this was such a bad idea.
But
Uh,
wait, but before it was a bad idea, what were your dreams? What were your aspirations? Like, where did you think you were going to take it? You about to be Alvin Ailey, Dance Theater Harlem. Where were you going with it before
well,
the bad
so
idea?
so yeah, I went to Ailey. Ailey was my school while I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what did I want to do? Ultimately, I wanted to open an art studio. I
Okay.
thought that I would open this big thing that did music and dance and modeling and this whole big place where kids could come and adults could meet and everybody could just do all the arts things.
Okay.
That's
And
what
then
I
what
thought.
happened? And then what? Like, do you have dreams, visions of grandeur from that now? Like, I could have done that. I could still do it. Do you?
Well, I don't think I was really focused. I think that young people, we kind of will go and do what we're good at or what people tell us that we should go kind of do. Um, and then you sort of fall into another career or you fall into something
Mm-hmm.
that kind of suits you. And either you stay there and you work it or you fall into something else. Um, so yeah, when I graduated, I was kind of like, well, what am I going to actually do with a BFA? Like, it's not a BA, it's not a BS. I couldn't,
Not an
it's hard.
MFA.
Yeah, like it was like, I was like, oh, I could go teach dance somewhere. And I was like, do I want to do that? I
Mm-hmm.
needed to make some money. So I wasn't going to jump around from studio to studio. I performed with a couple of companies locally. So I did that for a couple of years. I taught dance like at the YMCA in East Orange while I was in college. Huh?
I said, "Oh wow, I missed that too." And so I should go back a little bit. Although we came and went in each other's lives, I feel like in high school we were like pretty inseparable. Like we did
Oh,
all the
absolutely.
things. High school
Absolutely.
was like our toughest. I think that's probably what connected us to make us be able to reconnect all of the times through all of the
Yes.
things because it
Yeah.
wasn't even like, "Am I coming over?" Just like, "What time am I coming over?"
Right. Right. And I think we're similar. We both love dance. We both love drinking. We love going out. We like being in the places and doing the things. So
And luckily, we like talking to the people because we definitely talk to the people. You married a talker, so there you go.
yes, yes, I absolutely did. But
And
yeah,
thank you. Because I enjoy talking to him. Just randomly, he'll send me a text. Random question is what's more important, love or confidence? I'm like, Jared, I don't know. I'm on the way to work.
yeah,
I
that's
love it.
that's the answer that I gave him. I don't know. I don't know. Ask
Love or
somebody else.
respect? No, that was the last question. What's more important, love or respect? I'm like, do you need to be on Finding Your Mojo so you could ask the people the questions? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
well,
love it.
that's him. But yeah, life just it takes you to places, and then you kind of find your way back to the people that matter.
That's true. Very well said. Now you said you've had a different you said different lives that you've kept going through and all you've had different lives. So what do you feel like in all of the lives that's been kind of common ground or helps keep you coming back to the middle or being sane or being able to maintain through all of it all?
Um,
I mean, I have my own
probably,
examples. I'll let you in.
probably like core values and family values. I really like I like that even though I may not see friends for a while, I like knowing that if I call you and say, "Hey, I need you," or you call me and you say, "Hey, I need something," that we're there for each other. I think that those values that we learn from our parents are very, very important. And I think that's why you can kind of sustain friendships over 50 years is that you
Not
have
over
the same
50
heart.
yet. Not over 50 yet.
Well,
But
something
you
like
will get there, God willing. That's true.
that. Absolutely. You're older than I am, so you know.
No, that whole month. But you're still a Leo, right? Or are you the Virgo?
No, I'm a Virgo.
That's what
I'm
I
Virgo
thought.
through
You
and
see,
through.
I'm trying to keep you. I'm trying to keep you. All right.
Hmm.
You still all right or whatever. Hmm. And what's Jared? What's his sign?
He's a Leo.
All
That's
right, August 16th. I know
yes,
exactly.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Now, wonder we're trying to pull you over to the bright side.
Hmm.
Hmm. So, how do you feel like you've changed after preschool, middle school, high school, college, and three kids later, and three kids that are not toddlers anymore, like they're
Oh my
teenagers,
God.
mostly, right?
Yeah. 13, 15, 17.
Yeah,
Um, how have I changed? I think I'm maybe more introverted, maybe
more
less.
introverted than you were before. That's different.
Yes. I think just because the world is noisy and loud often,
Hmm.
um, and people are messy. And I think
Hmm.
that the older I get, the less I'm involved in the messy. Like I can't, you know, you come to
Yeah.
a point where you're just like, mm-mm. Like certain people open their mouths and you're like, nope, not staying. Like Jared will talk to anybody. We were just talking about that. He'll talk to anybody about anything. Um,
Hmm.
but I don't have as much brain space for that. I think between the kids and working and taking care of the house and my own mental health, I just don't have a lot in me for a lot of extra crap and
Yeah.
words from people.
Now,
So
I know we were talking about our parents earlier, and I know both of your parents have passed away, so it's too soon, too fresh to talk about it. But I know we were talking about how, like, our parents knew each other. I want to say before
yes,
we were here, but that makes sense because we weren't here before them. So, tell me more about that connection. How did my father knew your mother, right?
yes, I actually think they went to high school together because my mother was raised in East Orange.
Okay, my dad went to
So,
Orange High though.
did he? I
Yes,
don't
mommy,
know.
you
I don't know
gotta repeat again. Mommy is on. I asked her this yesterday to remind me, and clearly I'm messing up the story. But anyway,
because they went to I think they went to school with Dottie too. Dottie Walker.
I know Miss Dottie that lives down the street. Yes, and she definitely went to East Orange. And it's a delay on the World Wide Web, so it's going to take her a minute to respond. But that
Yeah.
was even, and I don't think I knew that till later on. I don't think I even realized it. Maybe till middle school or high school that I know that our parents knew each other.
Yeah, I mean definitely by the time we got to the sleepover phase and I was getting dropped off at your house.
Right, and vice versa. Now, do we have? I have some stories that stick out, but while mommy is typing in, because it might take her a little while to type back about the connection with our parents. Do you have some standout moments of our friendship that you want to mention? I got some that come out, but I'll let you go first.
Well,
I mean, that we can say in a World Wide Web.
well that so
Not the full disclosure.
So we did color guard together and we did dance together. So we were together probably most days, like almost till 8 p.m., 9 p.m., whatever. Um,
Right, long days. We had some long days.
we did. And I think I have a lot of flashback memories from especially color guard time with us in our little, our little uniforms, our little hoodies, and we were
Those
so
were the
cute.
ugliest uniforms that we made look so cute just because we were who we were, just FY. But
Yeah, I mean, we thought we were amazing. We had little line dances and stuff.
that's,
And
I
we
mean,
had,
we made the color guard because we all were determined not to be cheerleaders. So we said we were going to make the color guard to stand out.
Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And you had all your cute little haircuts.
All the time still. Yeah.
You should look at the yearbook sometimes because it's amazing to watch the hair transformations.
I know. And they're still I'm still keeping the hair transformations coming. I'm gonna keep it going. Wait till the birthday month. What? This is a big one. Let me also say, so speaking of color guard, one of my favorite color guard Belinda Maisha moments. Oh my goodness. Remember the night game? We must have had more than one night game.
Yes.
But one of them that stood out, I don't think we had them anyway. The night games were always a good time. And I can't remember your parents. I remember my father picking us up from one of the night games. And I think somebody stole some beer from the somewhere. I'm just saying. And daddy picked us up and he was looking at us like, what is so funny? Remember we rolling around on the color
Yes.
guard field yeah, we didn't mean it. But it
Yeah.
was a good time.
It was a good time. It was.
We
It
had a good
was. And now I'm a color guard coach and I watch them like, yeah, listen.
That's what is hilarious to me. When you told me that, can I please see some playbacks, some videos? You are a color guard coach. Now you got to tell me, are they as cute as us? Are you making up the dances? Are you keeping our dancing alive?
So I'm the dancer there. Like they're less of the dancers. So I'm in the stands like, let's go, let's go. I'm doing my yeah, I'm cheering them on and keeping
Okay,
them
fair
hyped
enough.
up. That's kind of my play in there. But it's hard. Like we're almost 50. It's hard.
I ain't gonna
Flag
come.
work is hard.
Yeah, it is. And I went to the Memorial Day parade in East Orange. Big up to East Orange. But I was like, they are not throwing. I mean, remember, Tom was no joke. He made us throw them things and toss them to each other. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Shout out to Tom.
I wonder what happened to him.
I was about to say, does anybody know? I should have asked at our reunion.
Yeah, that'd have been cool.
Mm-hmm. But that was one of my favorite memories. Is that night? I don't think we had a night game all the time, but I know we had that one, and it was a good time. I'm just saying. Thanks, Dad, for helping us out and letting us enjoy without getting into too much trouble that night. It was a good time. Is Danny still there? That place where we used to have the Italian cheeseburgers and sausages and hot dogs down the street. Remember across from Calabresi's? Is that still
Yeah,
there?
I wonder. I don't know.
I know, because who's in my clear? We can ask. James Paul, you on the line? Is it still there? Now tell me this: How did you leave? How did you leave Montclair to get to Hackettstown? That has to be a story.
Well, I mean, it not much of one. We were looking for a house, or
Okay.
rather a townhouse, because we didn't want a whole big thing. We didn't want a whole big. My parents had moved to Florida, and so we were like, we need someplace, but we don't want someplace that's more than we can take care of.
Mm-hmm.
So we traveled around looking at all these townhouses and ended up here. And then we found out that the school district was really great.
Okay, that's important.
But I did, I took a break from here and moved to Fort Lee for a while.
Okay.
And that was amazing. Really, that's where I'd like to live. But, life is what it is. I had to move back up here, and it's been great for the kids.
But how did you even find it? Like somebody just recommended to you? Just did research?
Just floating, just looking.
That's the time girl didn't know anything about that, but also I don't have any kids, so I guess I never had a reason to really research.
Yeah, well, apparently it's supposed to be good. We'll see if that matters.
Okay. Oh, mommy says Orange High Daddy went to Orange High. Mommy and Daddy went to Orange High. Daddy did go to East Orange High. She doesn't remember how he knew your mom, but she remembers Rhode Island. Do you remember living in Rhode Island in East Orange?
Oh, no, I don't remember.
Rhode Island Avenue. I do know where that is. That's on like the other side of East Orange by like Elmwood Park.
Could be. Could be because my grandmother settled by Orange Park off of Wayne Avenue. But they also lived on Oakwood Avenue around the corner from.
Yes. Now that's mommy and daddy's stomping ground over there, over them parks.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Now how your parents died before your grandparents died?
No, well, my grandmother died when we were seniors in high school.
Okay.
And
Your
then,
mother's mother.
yeah, my mother's mother. And then the other, like my other grandparents died within like 2 years. The other ones that were living died within like 2 years of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom died when I was pregnant with Marcellus,
When you
my
your
oldest.
first baby.
Yes. And
Wow.
then my dad died, what, maybe 5 years ago?
Has it been 5 years? I was counting
Yeah,
it up too. Five. Wow. It's
something like
5 years
that. Yeah.
already.
Huh?
Five. I don't believe it was 5 years already. I thought it was just like a couple of years. Wow.
I know it some days it feels like it's happened yesterday, and some days it's like, oh, that was forever ago.
Now, how was Father's Day? Was yesterday was Father's Day?
It was good. It was good. We played some family games, and the day before we went to the movies, low key, not we don't do things too big. We just spend time together. We seem to like that.
I think it's all about the little things anyway.
It is. It is.
So let's see what else can we? I try to talk. I mean, I could talk to you all day because clearly that's what we do, especially the few times we get to catch up. But some things that we can enlighten the people on being like to me, friendship is so lovely because you get to choose your friends and your family, not so much. So, what are some of the things you love about our friendship or friendships in general that you've had for years or long periods of time?
What do I love? I love that I can just come over and see you. Your door is always open. I can just show up. I can call like, "Hey, I'm coming now."
Absolutely, you can.
And yes, and I think that I've always appreciated that. I really wish I lived closer. That's like a one regret is that I'm so far away that a lot of my older friendships I've kind of like lost because I can't. I'm like, oh, I gotta drive 50 minutes and then I'm gonna have a drink and then what am I gonna do?
Right.
Um, and I kind of Jared and I don't spend a lot of time apart.
Mhm.
I know a lot of couples do, um, but kind of from day one, we kind
That's
of
not a
developed a habit.
choice.
Yeah, like we're together. We don't watch TV apart. We kind of do everything together. Like that's how we've kept our kind of groove together, is
Hmm.
that we don't stray from the togetherness. Um, so it's different. So it's like, hey, you gonna come to a girls' weekend? Probably not, because I'm not used to doing things like that. Um,
We
so
gonna
that's
get you to one. We gonna get you to one. I haven't had that many, but I'm just saying.
yeah. Well, I mean, and again, I've been invited by people to go to stuff, but it's hard. It's like out of my wheelhouse.
And now for me, it's hard for me because y'all are both my friends. So now that means that I don't want to pick one. I already don't get to see y'all too often, so
Yeah, but it's
I might
me.
need a package.
It's me. It's just me. He can wait. And I'm gonna start making him wait, I think, because like you said, I mean, right, your mojo, sometimes you
Hmm.
gotta start doing things a little different in new chapters of your life. Um,
This
and
and this
again,
might be one for us. This might be a new chapter. I
right,
can't be
well, that's what I'm
certain.
saying. I got what do I have? 5 more years before all the kids are out of the house. So that's gonna look very different.
And so that's interesting too. You are an only child, and you have three children. Now, is that something you always because we never talked about that young or as friends. I mean, you just had kids, you got married, you had kids, but I don't believe we ever had that conversation. So is that something you knew you wanted?
Yes, because I found that being an only child was difficult for me. Everybody's got a sister, they got a brother, they got a something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it was always just me playing with myself, playing with my toys. Same with Jared. He's the only child. So it
Oh,
was
there it
really,
is too. Right,
yeah.
right.
So it literally is just it was tough. So we were like, we're gonna have at least one, two, three kids. We
Mm-hmm.
thought we'd have more, but we didn't start until I was what, 32.
Oh, really? All right. Well, I mean, these days that's still young. That's 22 these days.
It is, but I can tell you by the time we got to what, 38, we were like, no more babies, no more kids. That was enough.
Yeah.
That was
I
it.
mean, three, that's a lot more than a lot of people are having these days. So y'all doing the things.
Yeah, I suppose it's a lot. It is a lot. It's not for those who don't want to just devote themselves completely to somebody else.
Yeah. I always say being a mom, a parent is one of the most selfless things you can do. Because you
For
all,
some, for some, for,
yeah. or it can be the most selfish thing you can do, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother Monday.
Isn't it?
Anyway. Oh, BK to LA says, "Hey, did y'all hear that Coach stole beer when she was on Color Guard?" Listen, we ain't gonna tell nobody else. It was a good beer. It was the best kind. It was the worst kind. I think.
Yeah, well, you know.
I bartend now, y'all. So I was telling somebody else the other day we were drinking beer at the bar. I was like, I think we should drink like Old English, the worst kind, and like Colt 45.
Maisha, shh. Maisha, shh.
I'm sorry. But we were that was long time ago. What did Bernie Mac say long time ago? Long time ago.
Well, don't forget, we also have a little bit of a history because I loved one of your cousins once upon a time.
Oh yes, remember
Remember
that?
that?
Everybody was in love with him, but you were special.
Well,
I
maybe.
wanted you back. Yes.
Baby.
Mommy said she wanted 3 kids, but kids are expensive too.
Oh my gosh,
She
they are.
agrees. Mommy is the only child too, so and people never think that mommy is the only child because we have so many aunts and aunts and aunts, and I feel like I'm blessed with a whole bunch of like your kids. I'm an auntie. That's why I finally broke down and bought a shirt that said auntie because I love it. I have a sister, and so I have a niece and a nephew, but I also have a bunch of nieces and nephews, and y'all make me so happy. So thank y'all for that. Like mommy said, who what? I don't know. I'm not repeating whatever it is I said that you're asking me who. But yeah.
I don't even know that he's your real cousin.
Right, he's not. Right. Speaking of fake aunties and uncles, my father had his best friend's name was Michael, who's Mark's father. But I call him Uncle Truck. He drove trucks, and that was the most exciting thing to me. I was so amazing that he drove trucks. So much so that I fell asleep in the truck one day. It's a short version of the story. And mommy and them were looking for me, and they couldn't find me. They thought they lost me. But how did I even get up in the truck? I don't know. But I was asleep in the truck. And I called him Uncle Truck. That's how much I was infatuated with the trucks. So yes. So he was my father's best friend, Michael, that I call Uncle Truck. But and then when I went to and then Mark had moved to Atlanta, I think, with his mom by the time I went to college. And his mom, who I don't ever remember really meeting until I went to Atlanta, was in love with me. So she used to say, the food in college is awful. So he used to come pick me up. I used to go to her house, and she used to make all of the things. So he was like officially cousin. Like you couldn't tell me he wasn't my cousin. And then everybody was in love with him. So it was just a perfect combination. But then his friends fell in love with me, but he wouldn't let any of them talk to me because I was a young cousin coming to Atlanta going to school. So forget about it. Mommy says, "Oh, Mark."
He was like my good times. That's right. He was like my boyfriend in like the 6th grade or 7th grade. Who knows?
That's right. That's right. And then when he came, then my friends started falling in love with him when he used to come visit me in high school because Montclair, he was in East Orange. You already know how that went. And then I felt like all of our guys at Montclair used to come down to East Orange to holler at them, but
Yeah.
It's all right. Oh, Coach BK to LA say he stopped at 2. Don't feel bad. Yeah, y'all had one and done. Y'all had twins, so y'all made it happen. How about that? And did your mom ever say they thought they were going to have more kids? Did they ever mention that to you?
No. Well, because my father actually has 3 other kids that we don't really deal with each other. Like I never was raised with a sibling. It was just like, like, oh, that's your brother, that's your sister. So it was, we'll see. We're still working on it. I figure, maybe when I turn 50, since they are, let's say 55 and 60, they'll be 64 and 50. Maybe we'll hook up and can figure out a relationship in our second half of our life, so to speak.
Now, did you ever feel some way about that, or you kind of just take it as it comes?
No, I really wanted. So my sister and I met my sister basically my senior year in high school, freshman year in college is when I like set eyes on her for the first time.
Oh, so you knew she existed?
Yes. And
how old were you when you knew she existed? Did you always know?
I always knew. Yeah, no, like I always knew. And she's 5 years older than me.
Okay.
And I have a brother who's 7 years older, and then the other one is 13. Okay. But No, I knew she was in New York. My mother used to always say when I was going to dance classes, like, we could walk right by your sister and you'd probably know it was your sister if you saw her. So it was
Mhm.
really interesting to meet her. We were like literally like the same size, like same dress size, same
Well, we were
everything.
also the same size in high school, which was we probably,
Yes.
yeah, which was very
Yes.
helpful.
Yes. Like same size shoes, same size,
Mhm.
like everything. Her hair is
Mhm.
long like mine. She looked like because she's half Japanese
Hmm.
and we both look like from my father. So yeah, it was
What's
a
your
type.
dad's nationality? What was his
My
nationality?
father was just black, apparently. I don't know. I
Yeah,
got a,
yeah,
you know,
we gotta look that up. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
No, well, I did the 23andMe. The
Yeah, they were
23 and
something. So what was your mom? They were something.
no, like literally, they're both black, but I think the Irish, like the little bit of Irish blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like no, I thought it was Native American or something, but the 23andMe says like British Irish, like I don't know,
Yeah.
20
I was about
something.
to say it's something in there. Something in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All
But
right.
yeah, it was. I mean, it was interesting. Like I would have liked to have relationships with them, but it's
Mhm.
people go through traumas. Like they go through a lot, and sometimes you just don't. You won't know the whole story of what happened that causes people not to want to. But my sister has 3 kids, just like me,
I
and
was
they're
just
all
about to ask you that. Okay. Wow.
yeah, all about 2 years apart. So they're all like college
That's
ages.
why it's easier to remember you. Once you tell me one of their ages, I'm like, all right, I got it.
Yeah,
Easy
yeah, they're
to wow.
so it was interesting that we were similar enough to have 3 kids also. But
So they don't not speak to you. Y'all just are not in communication. Like they are not like, don't call me.
well, no, like we're Facebook friends.
Okay.
When my dad called, I called her like, "Hey, dad's dying. You might want to visit." But again, people get in their own situations and you
Sure
just
does.
never really know. She's got her 2 other brothers. So it's like, who knows what she needs.
Now, how are you always able to manage stuff? Like I feel like throughout your life, like no matter the different types of things or lives you said you've been leading, you always seem to be pretty even killed. How do you feel like what's aided you to be so even killed no matter what's going on? I mean, on the
Um,
inside, maybe you were going through the things, but on the outside, your response is like, all right, let me see what I'm gonna do with that. Let me transform. Let me figure that out.
I think it was my parents. My father was a crazy Gemini. My mother's a strong Libra. Um, and me being the strange um, Virgo child who's more of a perfectionist who um, likes things to be a certain way. Me and Beyonce. Beyonce and I are like kindred spirits. But
Mm,
anyway,
especially with Beyonce.
yes. So I, as a kid, would probably act out and get overly dramatic, and my parents would be like, "Okay, no, you can feel your feelings, but keep them contained. You have to be smart. You should always be a thinker. Um, think before you speak. Think before you do." And I've had asthma my whole life, and
Yeah.
so as a kid, if you get yourself wound up, you're not gonna breathe. So we did a lot of meditation. Like when I was little, we sat in Indian style or whatever.
Really? I did not know this. Okay.
We did, and we like did that as a family because my father spent time in Japan and my mother was kind of hippie-ish, and so they did a lot of like visualization and breathing and calm yourself down and same because I danced with asthma and you needed to really mind over matter. Like, okay, the breathing's kind of bad. You can put that to the side, do what you need to do, and then we can go to the hospital when we're done. But
Oh no.
you still got something to do. So
Mhm.
I think that's helped.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I think so. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and I listen to all different types of podcasts. But that was one of the things he was saying that breathing it makes such a big difference in your life in so many different aspects. They were like because when you are going through all of the things, like if you're upset, you breathe different. If you're happy, you breathe different. When somebody hurt your feelings, you breathe different. And I was like, this is so true. So they were like, if you can control that, like that's half of the keys to living a healthier, happier life. I was like, oh. Whoever thinks,
Yeah.
because most people you just breathe. That's just But you do. You don't think about there's different ways to breathe. But anyway. All right, let's see. Let me go to my little cheat notes. So, birthdays. I know you're a Virgo. You keep reminding me of that. But since we're both coming up on 5-0, what do you have any plans for your birthday this year? I know you're not a big
Um,
like I'm doing all of the things for your birthday, but do you have like a little thing or something that you plan that'll
you
that
know, I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, it takes somebody like you. That's why I have to have friends that like to do stuff and figure stuff out.
Mhm.
Um, because I am usually the one planning all of the things. Like I've got to figure out who's going to eat what, go where, when they're going to do it, how they're going to do it. What I'm figuring things out all the time. Um, so I get tired and I don't want to figure it out.
Yeah,
Like I don't,
figuring out brain power. Yeah, that's a lot.
you know,
I tell my sister that all the time. I'm like, I go to you and I need to figure something out. I'm calling you. Like, okay, now how can I do this?
yeah.
Problem solvers. That's what we're gonna call them, mamas. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something. I really gotta figure it out. I got a couple of groups of friends, and then it kills me because I'm like, well, where am I gonna do something? Like it's not the figuring out whether or not I would have something. It's just like where, so people don't have to drink and drive. Like I have a friend who owns a brewery, and
Hmm.
that would be a great place to have my thing. But then I'm like, everybody from Essex County got to drive an hour. Like I don't want people to do that.
Or holla at your girl. You know, I can also. I'm not a mama, but I can help you figure out some things. We can get a party bus. We can do the things.
Ooh, a party bus.
Yeah. Or even if it's not a party bus, we can get a transportation vehicle to get us where we need to be at a economical price because I do the things. So yes, let's
Well, that
talk
might
about
work.
that offline, as they say. Let's talk about that. I got you. But please do something. I'm just saying, do something.
All right.
And we have to do something because you're not coming to my birthday party. So,
I know. Well, I mean, it's a bit far this year. I don't. It's a
well,
bit
you
far.
know, you got to do big
I mean,
things for the big birthdays. I'm just saying.
I
But I'm going to
I
do
thought
something
about
local.
I
Oh,
thought about surprising you and seeing if I could just turn up. But you
listen,
know,
feel free. I'm open to that. I am open to that. So y'all, it's coming on like 7:47, 7:50. Y'all know I'll try to end it up an hour, 45 minutes in. So do y'all have any comments, questions y'all want to ask me and the girl? Did we give y'all any takeaways for a Monday moment? How you find your mojo and friendship? I know we're having a great time. Y'all want to share any of your favorite friendship moments with any of your people? Feel free. I'm used to Barbara chiming in with some good questions, comments, but I can't even tell if she's on tonight. But I'll get at her later if she is not. But is there anything that you want to say that I didn't ask you that you want to share with the people then?
um, not really. I'm happy that you found your mojo, that you working through those things and helping people do that because it's you're one of the happiest people I know. Whether or not that's always real, you're always well settled, and I appreciate that. I think that makes for a good friendships.
I appreciate you for saying that. I do, and I will say I do usually feel pretty happy, and today is a good day, so I'm glad it's happening.
Right.
Well, thank you for joining me. If anybody, people are texting me. Kenny just texted me. She's a Virgo, tough customer. Too funny. But anyway, thank you for joining me, B. Thank y'all for joining me on this Monday and each and every Monday that y'all can, because I have a good time. So I hope y'all do too. Next Monday, I'm begging and pleading my first grade teacher to join me, Miss Myrick. Maybe she's watching or listening or going to watch it later. I try calling her. I'm going to try her again. But every Monday in June, I'm going to celebrate a Monday moment of a year, or no, not a year, a decade of mojification. I just made that up right now. But anyway, y'all, join me each and every Monday, 7 p.m. EST. I'm going to take the summer off. I hope to come back next year fully live on YouTube and short YouTubes and all of the things because that's what they say you're supposed to do now. So stay with me, y'all. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep watching because I like to have y'all here. If y'all have any comments, questions, concerns, topics y'all think I should talk about, drop me a DM. Let me know. I want to talk to all of the people. If y'all have friends y'all feel like I should talk to, I'm open to all of the things. But we're gonna do this again next season. This is season 4. I can't believe it. So thank y'all for supporting your girl. We're gonna keep it going because I'm having a good time. So I hope you all too. I hope y'all having a good week. Happy Monday. I'm gonna start posting my drinks because I'm telling y'all this was really good. A Mojo watermelon mashup. The mint leaves, the lime, the ginger beer is doing all the right things. Anyway, cheerio. If y'all like me, go enjoy your dinner at 10 o'clock because by the time I cook it, that's probably the time it's going to be, but that's okay. Have a good week. I'll see y'all next Monday with somebody celebrating the 50 years of Mojo. Have a good night, y'all. B, thank you so much. I hope I can give you back some of your time because I know your time is short these days. So I appreciate you. And I hope to see you soon because I miss you.
Miss you.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Good night.